Hi, I'm Sam, and I'm here to talk about why freedom of speech is freedom to offend. People nowadays think it is cowardly for some to not share their opinions on things. However, for the brave few who are actually keen on sharing their ideas and opinions online and in real life, they actually put themselves out there for the sake of their points to get across a certain topic. Though these brave people are susceptible to bashing, they still push through with the things they'd want people to know regarding a certain topic. However, some people take it up a notch and take it too far. Thus, they start attacking that brave person for standing up to what they believe in. Like, for example, in the book by Rachel entitled The Undoing of Ryder Bird, the protagonist was sexually offended despite being the all around girl of the school, and she actually chose to take this matter to the court despite the threats posed by her offenders. However, this move was actually met by a lot of bashing online and in real life, including hate messages being stuffed into her locker. And because of this caused the protagonist to go into anxiety and depression. This actually shows us that the freedom of speech entitled to us is often being abused because we tend to forget ourselves whenever we talk. And now that we are advancing more than ever as the years progress, communicating our opinions is often met with negativity due to the fact that people nowadays are easily offended, so they turn to attacking a person. A debate about the freedom of speech being the freedom to offend is often posted online, and a lot of people actually say that that's not the case. However, for my stand, I firmly say that the freedom of speech is also freedom to offend, for the reason that words are like knives, but they hurt more than they should. Freedom of speech is also freedom to offend, because this makes the offender free to attack the person in question, since what they said can be held against them, and this is total cowardice. Freedom of speech is freedom to offend, and in this case, it isn't right to do so. Lang Live once said, "Your words are your power, do not forget about them." This quote empowers the use of words as something that we utilize to solve things or to express things in order for us to be heard. However, most people take this to the extreme, and according to the National Youth Violence Prevention Resource Center in America, an estimate of at least 30% of the youth are offended online because of repetitive bashing whenever they put up something for people to see. Hamilton expressed that the cost of freedom of speech is to accept the fact that you will be disagreed upon most of the time. But this does not entail that you should insult the person for whatever it is that they believe in. Freedom to offend stems from freedom of speech because, like what the song Words by Bee Gees said, it is only words. Yes, they are only words, but words are one of those things you cannot take back once you decide to let them loose. Once you say something you shouldn't have, there is no turning back because you've already proven to the world that you are a bully and that you wounded that person without actually intending to do so. Because people think that it is okay to give out judgments against a person, they resort into attacking a person, which isn't right. Yes, criticisms are accepted, but if you take a step too far, that is where it gets offensive. A huge portion of the cyberbullying stems from the freedom to offend using the freedom of speech, like in the Ryan Halligan case, which happened in between 1989 to 2003. The story was about Ryan, who was bullied because of his speech deficiency and his language and motor skills, which made him an easy target for the police. He then began receiving death threats and was bullied to no end in online and in real life. Though the bullying kind of died in the moment, where his offender and him became friends. It started back up because the bully decided to use the chats to spread a rumor that he was gay. The taunting continued until the summer of 2003, and ultimately, his friends betrayed him by sending their private messages to her friends. And eventually, on October 7, 2003, Ryan took his own life by hanging himself in the family bathroom. His parents were so distraught by the discovery and the event that his father said that technology was being utilized as weapons for far more effective and reaching than the simple ones we had as kids. And what's worse is that because the times weren't so updated as they are right now, the offender was never charged with anything, as there wasn't a law in the state that was catered to protect cyberbullying victims. Now you might be wondering that this is just one case, and the single case doesn't necessarily speak for everything, but think about the future mishaps that might occur if we continued on offending people using our words. There have been many cases in school where people are being offended because of their fellow classmates are saying to them, and some people are actually sanctioned by it. Even teachers are being offended by their students, all because we are powerful with whatever we have to say. In the end, freedom of speech is freedom to offend, because we spout things out of our mouths selfishly that they end up hurting people in the process. Though being offended is not much of a big deal, the actions that come after it is what makes it such a huge deal. People actually think that they are unstoppable because of it. We should always remember that even though we have the freedom of speech, offending is always a choice, and it is a choice that we might not choose to dwell upon, unless we'd want to face the terrible consequences of our actions. And with that, I end my speech.